Powder capsule damage detected.
Structural damage detected. Attempting to fix it manually.
Hold on tight. Here we go. We're in for a little bit of a rough landing.
There we go. Oh, one sec.
Powder capsule damage detected.
Ah. Okay, there we go. So just bringing, yeah, just getting that in there. Hi, greetings and welcome, fellow YouTubers out here. On the set, this is. Let's just bring that up. Okay, well, sorry about this. I mean, yeah, sorry. Greetings and welcome, fellow YouTubers. Sorry about the mic setup. Not too long ago, this microphone fell off its attachment, which is my filing cabinet, and now I'm trying to reattach it back. I can't remember for the life of me how I attached this thing. Although that my filing cabinet is looking a little bit worse for wear, where I'm like trying to put the clamps onto it. Okay, so, sorry. Yes, back on track. Hi, greetings and welcome again. This is take two because I just did all of this without realising that the microphone wasn't even recording. So hopefully good take this time. Hopefully. Yes. Okay, so over the what we're going to do, we'll talk about in this video. We are going to talk about the two live streams that we did over the past week. One of them was Eden Tomorrow, and the other one was Cyberpilot. We're just going to do a quick little review of those. But before that, I just want to say what we've been doing up to so far. Now, originally, I was supposed to be doing a 1 month, one project sort of deal. Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out. It didn't work out simply because, yeah, lots of things happened. So many things happened. I mean, when the quarantine hit, and I managed to get stuck, well, I wouldn't say stuck at home, I'm quite enjoying it at home. Once I got landed at working from home, I thought, yes, whilst here, there's so much stuff that I can actually do, so much stuff that I can get on with, including all the videos and engineering and programming that I wanted to do. But it never kind of worked out. Yes, there was a lot of stuff that I got done, but there's not really much that I could show for it. For example, one of the things that I did was upgrade my laptops with a new hard drive so that I can play certain games. One of the games that we've been playing recently that came out was, well, I say it came out recently, but it came out a long time ago. But it had an event quite recently called Star Citizen. And whilst it had its Invictus Fleet Week Star Citizen, I've been trying to create like little videos from that, trying to get like a little guild, little group going up, just so that we can have a nice little play around and have some fun inside the verse, and generally having a good old laugh. So I've been constantly getting some videos and some decent footage for that, so maybe I'll be able to make some more videos about Star Citizen coming on into the future. Also, aside from that, there were some other issues that was coming up. As I said, my laptop had some problems with the hard drive, so I needed to sort those out and just get the hard drive up and running properly. But yeah, it has been a fun-packed few months. Oh yeah, one of the other things that came out, a little side note, was the PlayStation 5 announcements that came out, saying that there's so much talk that's going backwards and forwards at the moment about the PlayStation 5. Now, one of the reasons that I currently haven't been able to afford paying for full-blown games, you know, like £40 games, £50 games, and only just dealing with old games that I have in my library at the moment, is because I'm saving up my money for when the PlayStation 5 comes out. Now, I know that there might be a little bit of a price drop on that, but going forward, I want this channel to focus a heck of a lot on the PlayStation 5 when it's launched, and also before when it's launched. So I'm trying to get as much information as possible, all this information that I know about, everything from gossip to proven fact, knowing what, well, I think you guys who are interested in a PlayStation 5 know just as much as I know about the PlayStation 5 at the moment. However, going over the next few months until its final launch, I am going to start focusing on trying to get all the details and put it here out for you guys, so that we know what we're getting into, from the specs, the technical details, price if it ever comes out. You see, I thought that was one of my favourite memes that I saw. They say at the Sony PlayStation 5 reveal, you say it's got all these technical stuff, this is how it looks like, these are all the games that comes with it. Oh, what about the price?
Good question.
That was one of my favourite ones. That was one of my favourite memes that I saw. That just made me laugh. That's a good question. But yeah, so going forward, we are going to be looking forward to seeing what the PlayStation 5 is offering. Have a look at some of the games that are coming out. If I think that the games are PlayStation 5 worthy, or they could be done on lesser platforms. I mean, for example, one of the demo games that was shown, I don't actually have its name to hand at the moment, but it was so beautiful and detailed, and as I was just looking at this, and I was thinking, damn, there's no way that that can be played on a PlayStation 4. But when I saw a game called Bug Snacks, I think, it looks so bland, so basic, that I think that it could have even been played on the PlayStation 3. So we're going to keep an eye out on what sort of games are being delivered for the PlayStation 5, and hopefully we've got a little more power, a little more presentation, and a lot less PlayStation 3 format. If you know what I mean. Okay, as I said, this week we had a look at two games. One of them was Even Tomorrow, and the other game was Cyberpilot.
Time to see what's next.
I was saying, the game Even Tomorrow is about this pilot that crash lands on this strange new world, with nothing for his floating orb companion that I have seen in quite a few other games. I think I've seen it on Destiny, and I think I've also seen it on Robinson the Journey. This little theoretical companion that comes around flying around you as a guide to give you assistance, tell you what's what, with a nice little robotic voice, and yeah, tries to guide you out of trouble and get you into more trouble than expected. But yes, the first thing to yaw me when you crash land on this planet is these giant flying monsters that want nothing more than to eat your brains. Your brains. Sorry. Yeah, and you kind of, it is a lot of puzzles. Well, I wouldn't say so much puzzles, because, I mean, to me, in my mind, puzzles are something that is hard, whereas there wasn't anything really that's hard about this. This game was a very story-driven, linear-based game. You went from one area to the next. You had to solve a few solutions. There wasn't really much in the way of fighting. And some of the puzzles can be fixed or done after looking at just a few moments. So therefore, this game, I know it was a long game. It did actually manage to make it a good 2 sessions. And I only spent like a couple of hours, I think 2 to 3 hours per session. So a full 6 hours worth of gameplay. and actually I kind of enjoyed a fair amount of this game. Now this game was driven up into a couple of different types of sections that you'd play. Firstly, before I go into the sections, was the controllers. The controllers that you had to use was the dual stick controller. Now, even though this game looked, as you're walking around with hands or robotic mandibles, it looks like you can use the Move controllers. Unfortunately not. The ability to use the Move controllers was not put into this game. Unfortunately, I think this game would have actually worked a little bit better with the Move controllers. Now, you don't normally hear me say that, considering I hate using the Move controllers, because for all the fact that they can do, they don't allow you to move. So you had to play the game with the DualShock controller, which wasn't so bad because it allowed you. Everything was all easily done in the movements. There were a few tutorials on how to actually change from the body that you're in to flying around in the robotic drone, which led to some decent type of game mechanics, where the idea is that you need to get, as I said, from A to B in this game. But in doing so, you get lots of different problems that block your path, such as like a floating manic drone that wants to kill you, or a giant worm that wants to kill you, or maybe a swarm of manic drones that wants to kill you. Come to think of it, there are a lot of things on this planet that want to kill you. So it does actually. There is death mechanics in here, so you can die. It's not a basic walking simulator. You can die if you make mistakes, and you can. And I do think that I made quite a few mistakes. However, each time that you went to like a different section, you put your main human host into a safe area where like a shield pops up around you, and that person is safe. And whilst you're in this shield area, you can transfer your intelligence or your mind into your robotic companion, and you can float an orb and fly around and try and do the quests. But if the robotic companion gets killed, then so do you, because your consciousness is inside him. So yeah, there is quite a fair amount to do with this game, and certainly one that I quite enjoyed. I would give this game, say, like a 6.5 or 7 out of 10. There could be better graphics, and they could make some of the stuff a little bit harder. And unfortunately, some of the things that I had to put it down was on some of the quests that you had to do, or I call quests, some of the puzzles was more or less search for a thing in a defined area, and without any clues or hidden hints. So you would start floating around looking in every single nook and cranny 5 or 6 times, or even maybe more, just to find this one item that you just can't find anywhere. In fact, sometimes you might even have to go online. I think at one point I did have to go online to try and find out, because I just could not find a thing. I didn't know if I was even doing it right, if I needed to do a specific something. But at one point I just realised, oh, there it is. And it was hidden underneath the rock, under the ground. And I thought, how the F are you how on earth am I supposed to find that?
Okay, so basically just flying over it would have fixed it, would have summoned the item. So let's do a systematic search. are you? Holy mother of... Ah! It's all about hiding it away.
Time for a shockwave.
There we go. Ah, man, you make me think that it's under the ground like that when it's in fact
there was one little glitch where the ground didn't load up, which kind of reminded me of flying around in Star Citizen, so that was a bit of a laugh. But yeah, there wasn't any other real problem, so I'll say it's a good solid 6 or 7, 6.5, 7 out of 10. If this is in the bargain bin, it is a good purchase if it's under £15. I'd say round about £10. If you see it for £10, go grab it. £10 and you haven't played it, go grab it, because that's a good 6 hours worth of gameplay there that you will probably enjoy playing. Okay, moving on to the next game, which was Cyberpilot. Now, when this game first came out, it got a lot of hate, and I'm not too sure the hate was deserved. People were hating, oh, we never asked to be put into a Nazi killing robot with a flamethrower. And I'm thinking, you don't need to ask. That stuff's awesome. A Nazi killing robotic flamethrower or giant towering juggernaut that launches rockets. I actually was quite impressed with the game. I really did quite enjoy this game. Now, the whole length of the game I managed to finish in one, I believe, 3-hour sitting. So it was a relatively short game. And again, it was a very story linear type game, but more linear than, say, Eden Tomorrow. As such, I mean, you just went from scenario A, scenario B, scenario C, scenario D. So firstly, you're thrown off, you start off like strapped into a chair, and then what you can control is this elevator that goes up and down the facility to different levels. They first say, could you please go to the repair bay? And I'm thinking, no. First up, 4th level, top floor, let's have a little look around the place. Whilst you're exploring, they're like yelling in your ears, please just do what I'm saying, stop messing about. But yeah, that was kind of fun. Little toys that you can play with. So it was sort of like the home base operation. You know what I mean? When you said the home base, place where you feel safe. You feel safe in this area because it's the respite between missions. So at the beginning, you are given this. Given this giant robotic dog. And when I mean giant, the thing is massive. As it was looming over me with those sharp teeth, and they're asking me to actually go inside the robot and start cleaning it up. I'm looking at that thing and I'm thinking, I've got some Five Nights at Freddy's flashback going on here. Some FFF flashback. Yeah, PTSD of big old Fazbear's right in front of you going, you said, you're not going to jump scare me, are you? But yeah, that was kind of fun. It is not a jump scare type game. It's not really a horror style game. It was more or less a game that's designed to use these mechanics to tell a story. Now, the first robot you're given, as I said, it's this giant dog. You walk around and it has a flamethrower. And its side button is a shockwave that incapacitates a lot of people around you. Which is good because it has this is the own unique mechanic that is dedicated to this particular machine. And before you go into the world, it actually gives you a training exercise on how to use all the machine's functions. Both of them. Well, 3 of them if you include the charge as well. Sorry, if you include the charge as well. But once that mission is over, I thought the entire game was going to be just in that dog just going around flamethrowing Nazis, which, to be honest, would have been kind of boring. But it didn't stop at that. it gave you 2 other robots which you unlocked over time. The second robot that you got was a drone that you flew around in. The drone was a very stealthy type of aspect to play, where you got to try to avoid the guards, or if you can, kill the guards without them knowing that you're there. And the beam that he got is like a one-shot insta-kill, which is really quite cool, but you need to get up real close and personal. But whilst also with the drone, you can use another stick that hacks computers to allow you into certain areas, and also to get certain vital information for intel gathering. And the side button that was with it was a stealth button to make you go invisible. So if everyone does actually see you, or if anyone sees you and starts pulling the alarms going off, hit the panic button, as it's called, or I call it the side button. You hit the panic button and you instantly go invisible. No one can see you for a short amount of time. In that time, you can use that time to either get out of there or kill the people that are trying to kill you. But yeah. And the final bot that you're given is the Titan, or the Juggernaut. It is a giant, massive, bipedal robot that has a Gatling gun and a rocket launcher. 2 of my most favourite weapons when playing Doom. And all you do is you go around throwing the rocket launcher, blowing up things and mowing down all the Nazis. And the panic button was basically a shield, so that if you got too much incoming fire, you hit the panic button, the shield goes up, protecting you from everything for a short amount of time. Now, the thing with all of these robots, they all had a nano repair system. So if you wanted to stand still for a while, manage to get out of harm's way, get the F out of Dodge, and you've got a few moments to spare, you can plug your controller, which is a move controller, into the nanite repair bot system, and nanite bots start flying up and start repairing your drone. And you've got unlimited amount of those, so you've got unlimited repair. You just need to make sure that no one's trying to shoot you, because you can't repair whilst being shot at. So 3 different machines, 3 different styles of play. As I said, the robot dog is sort of like a close-up combat machine, where you have to get in up close and personal, flamethrower them, or charge into the enemy ranks. The drone is a stealth style of gameplay. Where you have to hide yourself from the enemy and try and get the enemy's data and secrets. And the Titan is a long-range, heavy-duty attack machine designed to blow up heavy-duty Titan attack machines. So yeah, you've got like the 3 different styles right there, and I think it worked out quite well to when it came up to the final mission. Now, spoiler alert, for this next bit, I am going to be talking about the final mission. Now, in the final mission, they attack your home base, because whilst you're piloting all of these robots, your physical body is actually inside the hologram projection room, projecting your conscious out into these 3 different robots. So the area that you're in is known as the cockpit, and inside the facility. So remember at the beginning I said we went up and down that elevator shaft. The 4th floor is the cockpit of that cockpit in that elevator shaft, and that is where you are physically whilst doing these missions. And in the final mission, your home base is assaulted and you lose access to all of your robots, but you do one mission where you go around, you do one mission as the drone, and you go around reactivating the robots and trying to make a counter-attack whilst they are attacking your physical body. So they don't actually get your physical body because the cockpit is very well secured. They can't actually get in because of how armoured the cockpit is. But therefore you fly around, you actually fly around and you get a little bit more sense of the facility that you are in. So it's sort of like your mind is expanded and you actually place yourself in that virtual world. You figure out where everything is and not just, oh, this mission here, this mission there. So it's a good way. I do like how they did actually put that in there so that you can know exactly to help you place yourself in that world. Now I'm not actually going to spoil the absolute ending because there is a little bit of a twist on that. On the absolute final ending, so I'm not going to spoil that. If you do actually want to know what happens on that, check out the actual live stream. Like I said, it was only like 3 hours or 3 or 4 hours, and I did that in one sitting. So yeah, so check out the live stream and see what you think of it. Now, what do I give this game? Yes, the game could be a lot better. It did seem, although the graphics did seem pretty good, it actually seemed like it was kind of basic at that time. At this time, it looks good but basic. I think they could have done so much more with this. But I actually really did quite enjoy playing this. This was a good play. I enjoyed the story. I enjoyed the gameplay as well. The controllers itself was using the Move controllers, and I think they could have improved it a little bit, even though the Move controllers are notoriously bad for moving. It didn't allow for teleportation, which I certainly can respect, but they could have improved the moves just a little bit with the moving. Not sure how, but I think it could have done. Now, what do I give this game? Again, I give this, I want to give it an 8, but I don't think it's up to 8 level standard. So I'm going to give it a 7. So I'm giving it a 7. It is, for a short game, and the graphics, I think, was better than, the graphics was much better than the first game that I played, Eden Tomorrow. However, I think that the storyline of Eden Tomorrow worked out much better than the storyline in Cyberpilot. I also did like the little the little nod to the other games, because Cyberpilot was created by this company here. And this company also created the game called Prey. And inside Prey, there is, so this is an Easter egg that I spot. Inside Prey, there was a moment where it became quite a famous moment, where the mimics, the main little genetic life form which you're fighting against, one thing that makes them so scary is that these mimics can turn into any other stationary objects that they can see. So they will like stand next to something and they will duplicate it. And right at the very beginning, you're getting up to this point where you see this cup that is quite unimposing. And as you go down and someone goes to drink from the cup, you realise this isn't my cup, and the cup turns into this like spider-like creature and kills the person trying to drink out of it.
Okay, Morgan. Have a seat at the table for me, please. Wonderful job. Take a look at the screen in front of you. I'm going to show you a series of questions. Pick the answer that makes the most sense to you. Press start on the screen when you're ready. Whenever you're ready, Morgan. Good. Looks like you've got the hang of it. Keep going. Ooh, that's heavy stuff. Good. Next. Almost done. Wow. I'm impressed. Well done. Well done. We're nearly through it. For this next part, I'm going to display an image. I want you to take a good look at it. In a moment, I'm going to ask you what... is my coffee? It's empty.
Now in Cyberpilot, right as the end credits are rolling, I noticed there was a cup on the desk with a little notepad stuck to it that said, "Not a mimic." And I looked at that and I just thought, that's pure class. Respect, I like that. I like seeing Easter eggs like that. That was kind of funny. So that was my little review for these two games, Eden Tomorrow and Cyberpilot. Check out the live streams if you haven't seen them. Don't forget to like and subscribe, because I really want to try and see if I can get this channel up to 1,000 subscribers. And if we can get up to 1,000 subscribers, I can possibly try and get paid for the work that I do on here, because at the moment we don't get paid for the work we do. If we manage to break that 1,000 subscriber mark, we will then be able to start getting money coming in, and I can probably buy more games that I could show to you guys and do more proper reviews. It is my hopes and dreams that I can actually make something decent out of this channel, and to actually get that we need to get the money coming in. So whilst we're under 1,000 subscribers, we're not getting anything. I'm all doing this out of my own pocket. So if we can get as many people to subscribe, I know that the current watch to subscribe list ratio at the moment is about 80% of the live streams, and well, I say that because most videos like this one here, which probably have only about like 40 odd views, which would be 39 of them would be me trying to see how many people have watched it. So yeah, that little percentage doesn't really make much notice. But yeah, if we can get as many subscribers as possible, it will be doing me a big favour, a big help, and getting me closer to that 1,000 mark that we've been trying so long and hard to get to. But until next time, and we are going to start doing more videos soon. Like I said, I'm writing out a to-do list. I've scrapped the one project idea. I'm writing a to-do list. Every day I'm going to look at that to-do list. If it's a video that I can make, then we'll make it. If it's something to do that's outside of YouTube, that works in YouTube, I'll be doing that. So we will be doing more stuff as they come in along. If you've got any ideas or hints or suggestions, please make a comment of them down below and I'll pay attention. But till next time, thanks very much for watching. Please don't forget to like and subscribe. And I'll see you guys out there.